The world says, step aside, little guy, progress is coming, and it will swallow you up. And most of us make way because progress is irresistible. But now and then one of the little guys plants his feet, stands his ground, and says no. This is Mike's Chili Parlor, and it's not going anywhere. A few years back, progress came a-knockin'.
When they were building, the stuff right next to us, they did approach us. So I set up a meeting with the real estate folks that were trying to buy us, and they walked in pretty arrogantly, to be honest. And the one guy walked in and said, "Hey, Phil, can I buy your place for whatever?" And my dad said, "Beat it," in not so nice words. So the meeting was over. The guy never sat down.
It's been here for 99 years. At the bottom of the off-ramp on the Ballard Bridge, they serve hot chili and cold beer. Big-ass bowls if you're hungry. They gladly accept cash only. Jell-O shots are $2.50. There is no charge for the abuse. The cash register is from the 60s.
But come on. Isn't that just a beautiful sound?
The stove is from the 40s. The story of the place is from elbow grease and grit and hard-earned, hard-headed adherence to a very old dream.
It's funny to me because I see so many cars drive by here, and I feel like there are people that have no clue that this place has its own heartbeat.
Kevin and Mike play cribbage on Fridays in the corner.
If it works, why fix it? This place is a classic.
Ian stopped in one day 4 years ago, and it felt like home.
I think it's incredible. I love places like this. I hope they last forever.
Angel, the bartender, runs the show. Tim and Cassie are visiting from Spokane.
I got stuck in traffic, and there it was. It was meant to be.
Mike Simandiris is the fourth generation of his family to run Mike's.
Some people maybe look at this place and think I'd never go in there because it looks like a, little dumpy little place or something. To me, I feel like, it's a beautiful place where, lots of life has happened.
Regulars celebrate here when life rewards them. They mourn here when it takes away. Above the old cash register in the middle of the menu is a picture. That's Mike's dad, Phil, in the middle when he was young. On the left is Mike's grandfather, George, and on the right is his great-grandfather, the first Mike Simandiris, who left his family in Greece to come to America and find his way.
So this little brown bag has the secret spice recipe for the chili.
They make chili 3 times a week, 10 gallons at a time. They do it the same way they did it 100 years ago. The beans, the meat sauce, the cheese, onions, and jalapenos.
Yeah, it's really good.
We serve chili, we serve beer, we serve drinks. We do all this stuff, but at the same time, I feel like we're providing this other thing to the community, which is almost hard to get your hands on.
It's fantastic. Small hometown place.
It's a bastion of a joint that once was. They don't have them like this anymore.
Generation after generation, Seattle changes, but somehow Mike's Chili Parlor stays the same.
We're good? All right.
The original sign remains. The Art Deco bar is the same. The stools haven't changed. Every day, Mike works the floor that his dad worked, and his dad's dad, and his dad's grandfather before him.
The end of the bar, the first seat in the bar when you come in, we call that the office. And that's where my dad held court. Anytime I'm sitting there, I'm definitely feeling my father's, love and effort, and, he worked hard. My father, he was a grinder.
And so Mike is tied to the little joint on the corner, tied by love and family and history, by the way things were and still are in rare special places. He holds those things dear. And along the way, he delivers and takes some grief from the ones that work there.
There's a little banter around here. Most of the witty stuff comes from me, but...
Most of the bull comes from you.
And from regulars like Pete, who hang out there.
There's a quality of certain people who ran this place, like Phil. And unfortunately, it skipped a generation, but I think Anthony, the next generation's really going to bring it up back on board. Was that good, Mike?
Ah yes, Anthony, Mike's nephew, the 5th generation to love the place.
Sitting in the office, right, in that stool, I hardly ever do, because whenever I do, like, I get emotional and I feel it, and I know that, like, that's my grandfather's space, it's my uncle's space now.
Occasionally, grudgingly, Progress steps aside. Mike says it may look like a crusade, but it's not. It's just a family business with soul that needs a place to stand.
Yeah, I don't think of it as someone who's trying to fight change. I mean, we're just doing what we do.
This is Mike's Chili Parlor, and it's not going anywhere.